What is going on, everybody? Simply10 here, and well, Christmas has just happened for most of you. I mean, obviously not all of you celebrate Christmas, but a lot of you do, and that means that you probably just got some Christmas money that you're now like eager to go out and spend on something. And well, one of the most popular items that people go out and buy with this money is, well, Lego. But there is one problem with that. This year especially has revealed that Lego has a very low inventory of most of their sets, and right now whenever you go to like any store, like anywhere, the shelves are just empty. Like there's nothing there, it's just blank. Maybe there's like a few sets here and there, but like the shelves are really empty right now. So I mean, you're just sitting there with your money and you're just like, well, I can't get Lego, so what do I get? And the answer to that is actually you should go and get Lego, but you should wait until January 1st, which is when Lego comes out with all of their new sets, which means that around January 1st, most stores will finally be getting Lego sets back in stock. So that's right, today on January 1st, a ton of Lego sets, at least, in Lego stores at least. Some stores, they release them just like whenever they kind of feel like it. But for the most part, a lot of stores will be finally putting a lot of Lego sets on their shelves on this day. So now all these sets have finally come out. Here are the top 10 sets out of all of them that have just been released in January of 2021. One thing that I would like to point out before we begin here is the fact that I am a channel here on YouTube, which means that I do make content like this very often, including these top 10 Lego videos. It's just, it's what I do. So if you really like this video and you really like my 10-part method to most of my Lego videos, then well, really consider hitting that subscribe button and that bell so you don't miss out on my next great video. And don't forget about those prizes if you guys can get me to 1,000 subscribers. But back to the content, right? Because that's what you guys are all here for. And well, today, obviously, I'm going to tell you the top 10 sets that are coming out in January of 2021. And that all starts with number 10. That's right, I'm going to count down from 10 to 1 like I do in most of these top 10 videos. And that all starts with set number 76171, Miles Morales Mech Armor. This set comes with 125 pieces and costs $10. Like most of my top 10 videos, my lowest set on the list is going to be the cheapest, and the highest set on the list is going to be the most expensive. So sort of like listen until, you've reached the price point that you're like, your budget that you've received from your Christmas money. So if you have $10 to spend, I'd really recommend that you spend it on the Miles Morales Mech Armor. As bad as the build looks itself, these sets are honestly not for the build. It's sort of like Lego Star Wars Microfighters. These Marvel mechs are more just to get the figures in them. And the figure in this one is really cool. I really like this Miles Morales figure. I mean, it's basically an exclusive. Like, they've never come out with this figure, and I don't know how long it will be until they come out with this figure again. Especially with the new Miles Morales game that just came out, is probably going to be a very popular one as soon as it hits most shelves. Next up at number 9, we have set number 76382, the Hogwarts Moment Transfiguration Class. This set comes with 241 pieces and costs $30. This set and the next two actually all cost $30, so it kind of just depends on whatever theme you're the most attracted to. That should be the set you go after. So if you're really into Harry Potter, this should be the one you go after because, I mean, you're not going to be that interested in the next two. And well, in my opinion, this is actually the best Hogwarts Moment set, but they actually came out with 4 of them today, so, I mean, maybe you like another one better, but sort of look into these Hogwarts Moments if you're into Harry Potter because they're kind of interesting, and the coolest part about them, in my opinion, is the figures. The Professor McGonagall in this specific Hogwarts Moment is actually a really cool figure to me, and it's the first time they've ever had a design like this for her, and it looks so much better than the older one. And while the other two figures aren't that exciting, that's pretty much how all of them are. Kind of like the Professor is kind of the exclusive type figure, and then the students are just people that we've seen before in sets. Next up at number 8, we have set number 71735, the Tournament of Elements. This set costs 283 pieces and costs $30. So if you're really into Ninjago, this should be the $30 set you go after instead of the one I just talked about or the one that I'm about to. And this set is really cool. It really reminds me of the Gamers Market set that Lego released at the beginning of 2020. It has just a ton of figures and actually comes with some figures that we've never seen before in Lego. And in my opinion, these are kind of like the figures that we never got from the Tournament of Elements the first time Lego did this season for Ninjago. So it's actually a really cool set, and it comes with a lot of exclusive figures. If you're really into Ninjago, this is actually a really cool one, and in my opinion, it might be the best Ninjago set of this wave. It also does come with one of those exclusive 10 years of Lego Ninjago golden figure things, which is kind of a cool idea, and so I mean, that just adds yet another unique figure to that already unique figure field set. Number 7 is my personal favorite $30 set that just came out, and it's set number 75299, Trouble on Tatooine. This set comes with 276 pieces and costs $30. And while I mean, obviously usually sets are about the builds, this one really isn't to me. It's really about the figures. That's pretty much how all $30 Lego sets are, so I mean, that's pretty much what you're looking for in these sets is the figures, and this one does not disappoint. This is the very first time that we've seen the Mandalorian in his Beskar armor, along with the fact that, you know, it does come with a cool, like, Tusken Raider if you don't have one. And it does come with the child at its cheapest price point ever. Before now, you had to get it at $80, and now you can actually find it for $30. And the build is actually pretty decent to me. Like, I really like that speeder bike especially. Like, I mean, the tent is just okay, but the ballista and the speeder bike are actually really cool. And that might be the first time that they've made that spring-loaded shooter in like a silver color. And I actually really like that look, because I mean, it's kind of, you know, it's like a ballista. It's just like a silver spike coming out of it instead of the laser that we usually see coming out of those spring-loaded shooters. Next up at number 6, we have 71736, the Boulder Blaster. This set comes with 449 pieces and costs $40. And well, to me, this set just has it all. It has really cool figures, it has a really cool build. I really like that build. Like, that's probably the best part about it, is just the Boulder Blaster itself. It really looks like a really cool Boulder Blaster, and it's so much better than the first one that we got from LEGO, you know, the first time they did this season. And well, you know me, I'm just a sucker for Ninjago Legacy sets because it just really pulls on that nostalgia thing for me, and I just really want all of those Legacy sets. That golden figure especially is a really cool one, and I mean, if you really wanted to, you could get all of the Ninjago sets that just came out, because they each come with their own golden figure, and you can make, you know, like a ninja team of all the golden figures, which I think is a cool idea, and yet another reason, in my opinion, to get at least one of these Ninjago sets. But I mean, obviously don't go after this one if Ninjago just isn't your thing. Next up at number 5, we have set number 75301, Luke Skywalker's X-Wing Starfighter. It comes with 474 pieces and costs $50. And well, the first time that I saw this set, I was just like, whoa. It's a really nice looking X-Wing, and I'm in love with like the way that it all works together, and the way that it's just like really nice and paneled all the way through for being such a small set. I really love the fact that there's no rubber bands on this one, making it the very first X-Wing ever without rubber bands. And well, that exclusive General Dodonna figure is another cool thing about it. It's just, there's so many cool things about this set, and I think it's probably like it's one of the biggest surprises that LEGO gave us in 2021. And well, obviously most people wanted something different than this X-Wing as a LEGO set, but in terms of just the LEGO set quality in general, it is a really good one. And I mean, if you're really into LEGO Star Wars, this is a pretty cool one to pick up, especially if you don't have an X-Wing yet. If you already have an X-Wing, maybe stay away from it just because it's pretty much, you know, it definitely is on a lower level than some of the other ones they've come out with. But if you're looking for that first X-Wing, this is a really good one to spend that $50 on. Next up at number 4 is a set that I actually will never, ever buy, but I thought that was at least worth mentioning for those of you who are interested in LEGO City, because it is a cool one in my opinion, and I actually I don't know exactly what you guys think about it who are actually like into LEGO City, but in my opinion, I actually really like the idea of all these new LEGO City sets coming out, and this one is set number 60292, the Town Center. And while the set only comes with 790 pieces, it costs $100. And well, in my opinion, that's actually pretty pricey for only 790 pieces, especially considering the fact that a lot of the build is pretty much just the road. But I mean, like I was saying earlier, I do really like the road, and I like the idea that you can connect all these new LEGO City sets together, because it's a really cool thing that, you know, it's kind of like what I would have wanted as a kid. Instead of having, you know, just like an imaginary road, you can now have like a real one, and that's a really fun thing to me, and I think it was a really cool idea for LEGO to do. I'm just not exactly sure why they priced it so high. And while the figure selection, this is decent, and the builds are, you know, decent, but pretty much everything about the set is just decent. But honestly, there isn't like very many cool things that came out today, so it just kind of had to be on there just to like do a shout out to LEGO City, because I just wanted to make sure that you knew that that was happening, because it is kind of a cool thing in my opinion. Next up at number 3, we have set number 31202, Disney's Mickey Mouse. This set comes with 2,658 pieces and costs $120. Like most mosaics, most of those pieces actually won't go into your build because, you know, it's kind of like a customizable thing where not all the sets will fit on, so you're not actually using all 2,658 of those pieces, and that's, you know, why mosaics are pretty cheap in terms of piece count itself. But I actually really like the look of this mosaic, and I think it's like 1,000 times better than the other LEGO art set they just came out with. So this was definitely the one that was worthy of being on the list, and I think it's actually a really cool one, and probably like one of my favorite LEGO arts overall. And I actually really like the flat stud look that they gave it, and I really like, you know, just the look of the Mickey Mouse in general. I think they just did a really good job with this one. Next up at number 2, we have set number 42125. This is a long one, guys, bear with me. The Ferrari 488 GTE AF Course number 51. It comes with 1,677 pieces and costs $170. And well, obviously if you don't know me very well, I actually really like these Technic cars, and I actually really want to get one day. And I just think that they all look really cool, and they all look like surprisingly accurate for being such a Technic looking build. The Technic designers do a really good job of making all those pieces fit together so nicely and, you know, actually looking like a real car. I mean, I could barely probably make like a square with Technic pieces. Like, it's just really hard how they all fit together and stuff, and I think it's really cool how LEGO has found a way to make like a really successful Technic theme. And this card definitely does not disappoint and lives up to, well, the branding of the Technic theme. And finally, here we are at number 1. This is definitely my favorite set on this list, and I think it's a really cool one. It's something that I really want, but I don't know if I'll get, but I really want it. And that is set number 10278, the Police Station. That's right, this set comes with 2,923 pieces and costs $200. This building just looks so amazing. I love the look of it, and while it is, kind of on the boring black box art that LEGO has started with their 18+ sets, I think it does look cool on it. This set just looks really cool. It captures the majesty of a police station, and it doesn't have very many figures, but I think it makes up for it in just the build itself. Very rarely do I care about the build 1,000 times more than the figures, but this is one of those instances. I could care less about the figures, I just really like the build. And it's a really cool addition to the modular buildings, and it's probably one of the best ones that they've ever made. So yeah, anyways, that is all that I have to say for today in this top 10 video. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you found it enlightening, and I hope that you now know exactly what to spend your money on. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to let me know by leaving a like or even a comment in the section down below, letting me know what I did well or what I should change for the next one. Or let me know in the comment section what your favorite set was that just came out today. And if you really, really, really enjoyed this video, be sure to really consider subscribing, because I make videos like this all the time, so you don't want to miss out on my next great video. So hit that subscribe button and that bell before you miss out. And don't forget about those prizes if you guys can get me to 1,000 subscribers. But in the end, I really hope to see you in the next one.